Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's event in the ReadyTalk webinar series. We're happy to have you here. If you've joined us before, and if this is your first event in our series, welcome and thank you for taking some time out of your afternoon to join us. Today's seminar is entitled, Your Webinars Are So 2008. What has changed in 3 years and what hasn't? Today we have Wayne Turmel joining us to share some insight on the topic. Wayne is president of GreatWebMeetings.com, author of many books, which he can tell you about a little bit later in the presentation, and numerous articles on virtual communication. And he's worked with dozens of companies to help them implement great webinars into their marketing and sales mix. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Wayne to start today's event.
Well, gosh, thanks. How you doing, Simone? Welcome, everybody. My name is Wayne Turmel. As Simone told you, I'm the president of GreatWebMeetings.com. I've got, oh gosh, almost 20 years of experience as a presentation skills trainer and coach, and the last few years have really been focused on presenting online. Couple of books that are relevant today. One you'll hear more about is 6 Weeks to a Great Webinar, and that's the one that today's content is based on. I was also very honored. The American Society for Training and Development asked me to write 10 Steps to Successful Virtual Presentations for them last year. So if you're looking for other resources, there you go, end of commercial. We're going to talk about how webinars have changed, especially over the last 3 years. We're going to talk about some trends and research in webinars, what's going on out there, how they've really become more than just a lead generation tool. Even low-tech companies are using them. Many people think of webinars as software, high-tech, but actually some very low-tech companies, and I've got kind of a fun example of that. And we're going to talk about why they're too important to be left to the interns. Why are companies doing webinars? Well, the first thing is it's saving marketing dollars. Webinars are very cost-effective. If you've ever had to do a breakfast meeting at the local Holiday Inn and paid for 30 chairs and the continental breakfast and all the rest of it, you know that those are not inexpensive. It's a great way to generate leads and expand your database. We know that. It creates website content. Very importantly, for companies that thrive on their intellectual property, consultancies, small companies, it's a fabulous way to establish your expertise. I like to call it brilliance by brilliance by association. If you think about it, I've been in the business a long time. I've written several books on webinars and all that good stuff. But the fact that ReadyTalk has asked me to present this webinar really is a shot in the arm for the brand. And it's a great way for you to hear about me and me to meet you. And it's a terrific way for companies to create partnerships, and we'll talk about a couple of ways to do that. First of all, there's just more competition. You saw the numbers. 60% of companies are now actively using webinars as at least some piece of their marketing outreach. There's more focus on education and less focus on look at us, and we're going to talk about why that is. One of the things that has changed, and I think for the better, and certainly when I work with my clients, I make sure that they understand this, there's less of a race to get as many people as possible on the webcast. Fewer attendees, but way better sales cycles. And by that I mean you're less concerned about how many people log on and making sure that you're getting the right people and that you're driving people through your sales cycle. So having 100 people on your webinar is nice, but if only 3 of them are really qualified buyers, are you really getting the return on your marketing investment? And the other reason that technology has changed, and I'm very happy to be with ReadyTalk today, technology has just gotten so much easier. Those of us who remember a couple of years back where you got on a webinar and there was a 50-50 chance of it crashing or something going horribly wrong or somebody not being able to connect. And oh, by the way, as Debbie just said in the chat, it's gotten way cheaper as well.